in the era of the cash grab. Everywhere you look, your favorite celebrities and influencers are dropping something. A brand, a collab, a new self-care line. Or worse, a return to my roots rebrand that's just nostalgia wrapped in capitalism. The illusion of art and authenticity is gone. We've now entered a time where it seems like absolutely everything is for sale. Your nostalgia, your childhood, your identity, and your internet personality. And nowhere is that more obvious than in the two most recent cases, the SKIMS Bush campaign and the rebirth of King Kylie. Both caused chaos online, both had everybody talking, and both, whether you realized or cared at all, were perfectly timed cash grabs. Which both, might I add, were executed perfectly by two celebrities feeling their relevance slipping through their perfectly manicured fingers. So you know you better buckle up, besties, because today we are deep diving into how Kim and Kylie, two women who built the influencer to billionaire pipeline, are now becoming victims of a system that they created. Because when you strip the filters, the filler, and the glossy product packaging away, all that's left is desperation disguised as empowerment. Let's start off with SKIMS, Kim Kardashian's billion-dollar shapewear company, which, of course, recently dropped a new campaign. Nothing wrong with that. We be dropping new stuff left and right, dropping our booties, dropping new mixtapes. But this drop was different. It had a very specific detail that made the internet go crazy. A visible bush. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. Our screens got slapped with a bit of frickin' pubic hair on top of a mesh panty trying to be sold to us for 22 American dollars.
This one, like the red, the straight one?
Maybe the straight one.
The straight one?
The straight one has more personality.
Look at that.
It just doesn't even, it's not even authentic. Like, it's like nothing about this. I am assuming that it's overpriced. Save your money and just grow your own. I got a bush right now. So glad I can save some money. Can I get a hand for the bush girls? These are for the bald ones, so they can cosplay. And you know what? I get that.
Who in the name of fuck wants their knickers to be looking like a mammoth's trunk?
This is Kim Kardashian's new range, the Bush Collection.
Which is apparently made up of real human pubes.
You're lying. They're not real. There is no way.
And fucking very little else, jeez. There's not much material there at all. You could get a bit of sweet corn out of your teeth with that thing.
And look, I have no issue with a bit of bush. It's your garden. You tend it however you like. If you want to trim it occasionally, that's fine. If you want to grow it to a point where you can braid it, your bush, your choice.
But who the fuck is paying for this?
If we're just skimming the surface, no pun intended, this is a very impractical undergarment. And I mean, if you're trying to play it up, do some different looks, maybe it's for fun in the bedroom, I don't know. But like, what are you, like these are underwear that's giving you a bush. What are you putting these under jeans? What if your bush gets caught? That's why you would wear underwear to cover. And the moment I went on the website to check it out, they're all sold out. What is that about? I know you're lying. What's even funnier is these look comically similar to something called a merkin, which have been around for a very long time.
These crotch wigs from SKIMS are not a modern invention. Also known as merkins, these bad boys have been around for centuries. This photo shows what they may have looked like, but please note that this is a modern reimagining. They were used as a solution to pubic lice and to cover syphilis scars, primarily in the 16th to 18th centuries, and they were often used by sex workers.
So I guess Kim can't even create her own original different ideas anymore either. So she has to go in and steal from the history books too.
Kim Kardashian's just out here making merkins now. Making straight up merkins with string attached to them. And in different shades too. How does this make sense from somebody who probably clean shaves themselves like 3 times a day? And then you're gonna go out and sell fake pubes attached to some string. And at $32 a pair. You know what, Kim? I can grow my own hair for free, babe. I don't need it.
I'm honestly waiting for the Shein version to pop up on the app. SKIMS Ed Gain collab? That is a crazy comment. Holy Jesus. It's because Bush is trending now and all the elites are mad that they got all their stuff lasered off. It's absolutely true. Have you guys heard that pubic hair is totally coming back? Obviously just in time for all of this shenanigans. Obviously upon release, Twitter, X went absolutely feral. Half the internet said, woo, this is empowering. We're finally normalizing body hair again, something that we all unfortunately have to deal with. And then the other said, wait, the Kim Kardashian, the queen of laser hair removal and hyper smooth skin, is suddenly pro-Bush? Like, let me hear that right. Like, am I hearing that right? Amanda, am I hearing that right? And back to you. Like...
Shout out to Skims for giving the girls with alopecia universalis the opportunity to have a bush. I never thought this opportunity would come. She is just so thoughtful for thinking about our community. What will I ever do to repay her? I never thought this would be possible for me, and they've made it possible. Sorry, I can't.
She really did it for all of us. Like, she really did it for the girlies who might need something like this. Yeah, she really did it because it's out of the kindness of her heart, because she's a philanthropist. She gives back. And don't forget that she's a lawyer. As a cancer patient and a former chemo baldy, I thought the same thing. Wait, is this how I find out my girlies who have alopecia cannot grow hair in all places? We love inclusion. We love how inclusive she's trying to be. And that's the entire point. All of this confusion and discourse was the marketing itself, because Skims has nothing left to prove as a product. It's a billion-dollar company with hundreds of styles, celebrity endorsements, and a cult following. The only way to keep that machine running is through controversy marketing. Something shocking and crazy enough to restart the conversation.
I'm Kim Kardashian. Of course I have a tanning.
You guys realize that the Kardashians are marketing geniuses? They do these things to get a rise out of people, to get media. I don't know if she really has and uses a tanning bed in her office. It wouldn't surprise me, but they know that there's going to be backlash when they do that, and she has like 25 million views on that video. I've seen so many people create content about how harmful it is, how she's promoting this, and that. The Kardashians are the inventors of the controlled controversy approach to content, and you need to incorporate this into your content as well.
See, now I don't know about that because, see, this is the issue. I feel like when you stand for nothing, you have really no purpose in your life at all. And the truth is, they've gotten to a point where money means so much to them, they really don't care. They really don't care about what you or I think of them. They don't care about the perception of them as long as it gets somebody talking for 15 minutes. They are the 15 minutes of fame monsters because they simply could never have created anything that was original or important enough to last beyond them, beyond their aggravating marketing. It's not like somebody who creates an iconic pop hit that will live forever. Even something like Mariah Carey's Christmas song will live in our hearts for a very long time, that she doesn't have to roll over and completely ruin her brand just to get somebody to talk about her. So it's like, yeah, you should do this controversial marketing. No, you shouldn't, because the truth is that ruins your brand as a whole. If I start coming on here and I get a nose job and I go against absolutely everything I've ever talked about on this channel, I am falling for anything. I am literally putting myself at the stake just to get people to talk about me, just to get you guys all riled up. Why would I do that? To destroy my own integrity? What's the point? Why do people build a career for so long? It just goes to show you how little they genuinely care about their fan base, because it's not about you. It's not about what you need. It's not about doing things for the public. It's about how can I stay as relevant as possible no matter what I have to do to get there. The bush wasn't some sort of feminist statement. It was bait. It's designed to look rebellious, but it's actually corporate calculation disguised as liberation. When a brand who's built its entire empire based off of photoshopped curves starts marketing authenticity, it's rebranding fatigue, trying to fool you into thinking that it's empowerment. The campaign did exactly what it was supposed to. It made everybody talk about Skims again. It gave everybody a reason to come back and start looking on the website. Did people actually buy this? Did it actually sold out? How much money did it cost? Look at all these different types of bushes. You got straight bush, you got curly bush, you got dark bush, ginger bush, blonde bush. It didn't matter whether you loved it, hated it, or were simply confused by it. You still clicked, commented, and helped it trend. That is simply the modern cash grab formula. Create outrage, disguise it as empowerment, and sell it as inclusivity. And Kim Kardashian is simply the master of it. I mean, I don't have to love her game, but I can definitely respect exactly what she's trying to do. Every time people stop talking about her, she finds a way to make the internet spiral again. Whether she was wearing Marilyn Monroe's original dress, trying to sell nipple bras, or now the newest campaign, selling bush on panties. It's shock value masquerading as self-love. But of course, it's not just Kim. The Bush campaign is a perfect reflection of where celebrity marketing has gone in general. A desperate, insane grab for attention when attention is the only currency we really have left. Now, you know exactly exactly where this is going next. Let's now talk about Miss Kylie Jenner, the youngest self-made billionaire now turned nostalgia entrepreneur. In 2015, King Kylie was an era. It was Tumblr meets Lip Kit. It was blue hair, filters, and duck lips before influencer was even a job title. Kylie represented the blueprint of a 2010s internet girl meets a relatable Nepo baby rich kid. But here's the problem with being a cultural moment. Once it passes, you simply cannot recreate its magic. The vibe is simply gone. And yet Kylie is here trying to do exactly that. When she dropped the King Kylie collection, it was marketed as a simple return to her roots. The packaging screamed OG 2015. She teased it like she was reviving an era that the fans were begging for. Give the fans what they want, babe. Give them what they want. You're a tiger. Nobody was asking for it. Like nobody. Who was asking for this?
Now let's talk about Kylie Jenner essentially trying to relaunch the King Kylie era. She posted this on Snapchat for us to anticipate, and it's got a lot of people talking. It feels like her soul isn't in it. That is for the sole reason that Kylie Jenner and her King Kylie era happened around a time where she was heavily influenced by Black culture, Black looks, and Black friends. Historically, I think she's seen that it was an era that a lot of people liked for obvious reasons. But now that she's kind of rebranded into, you know, future Oscar winner Timothée Chalamet's girlfriend, it seems like she is leaning more into what would be more acceptable.
Kylie Jenner is not able to reheat her own nachos with the King Kylie era because she is unable to remember or understand. She was never really in that moment able to understand why she was famous in the first place and why people were so feral over her. We as the audience might be able to explain that to her, but you have to understand she's taking advice and direction on how to redo this era and bring it back essentially for the 10-year anniversary from people that are in her circle. I'm going to speak as somebody that was an adult during her King Kylie era, and I say that because people that are teenagers or younger during the time have like this weird revisionist history of how that era really went. And I say that because whenever I bring up the fried chicken thing and her doing a photo shoot with fried chicken, y'all all, you know, get confused. And I'm not here to talk about her, you know, cosplaying Black women, Black culture, you know, her constantly triggering Black women as like a joke with her sisters. A lot of her brand, what at that time was influenced by Black culture, Blac Chyna, Tyga, being the puppet master. Also, you know, her being like, hey, I'm white and I do this, I'm white, and it's just not for Black girls, you can do it too. A lot of the reason why white girls today, Mexican girls, any girls without curly hair are wearing braids right now is because Kylie Jenner told them they could do it. And they said, well, Kylie does it, it's just hair. Also, why didn't you include the real architect, Heather Sanders? Tyga's best friend's girlfriend that you got the whole look from. Like, let's really talk about it, babe. Tyga is a very important part of why she's unable to redo this whole King Kylie era, because he was the one basically telling her, yeah, do that, yeah, do that. Yeah. He was really like the architect. He was the Law Rose of her, you know, becoming King Kylie. People in your circle can't really tell you what's going on because none of them are Black. And you can say Carter, but was he even there during that era? No. Call Jordan. But again, she really was just there for the flights, a roof over her head, and for the vibes, okay?
Kylie put in some blue extensions, called that shit King Kylie era returned. No, girl. No high eyebrows, no contour, no overlined lips. Jesus Christ. And she's not 6 shades darker than what she normally is, so truly it's not historically accurate. Some would just say it's a cheap, pale comparison to what 2016 King Kylie was.
It's not historically accurate is so accurate. It's absolutely true. It feels like today's Kylie Jenner wearing a costume. Like, that would have been a great Halloween costume, Kylie. Would have been great. Would have gotten a bunch of likes. Would have been fun. King Kylie left when Tyga left. And God bless, thank God that relationship died. Someone said her heart not in it. It's true. Like, you can clearly tell. It's like, give me money. I thought you wanted this. Give me money. I'm not who that person is anymore. And I'm not relatable. And I don't actually care about you. Just give me your money. Alabama Barker is currently doing the real 2016 King Kylie era. I'm sorry. If Alabama Barker dropped some sort of product, I know there'd be some girlies out there that would eat it up, because there is a level of authenticity, whether you care to admit it or not, that Alabama Barker simply has. It's like, it doesn't make sense. I don't always get behind it, because I'm like, why doesn't this girl just go and like tour the world and get off the internet? Instead, she's stealing people's baby daddies and like running away to Miami. I don't know. But there's like a level to that is kind of giving OG King Kylie era somehow. It's giving cash grab. Who is buying that, girl? It worked in 2016, but you see where the whole makeup game is going. Why don't you do a proper Kylie Cosmetics rebrand? Because Lord knows you need it. Like, she's also not wearing any lashes. It looks nothing like Kylie at all. If you go on Pinterest and you ever look up Kylie Jenner, the amount of OG selfies and pictures and things that come up of her that look so much more King Kylie than whatever she was trying to put on. And I feel like so many people don't understand because they weren't around during that time. But like King Kylie was out while I was graduating. And I remember being so excited to see all of her Coachella fits that she was dropping. I loved following her on Instagram. And I followed her on Snapchat because she would drop the coolest songs that I'd never heard of. I found out about Baby Keem because of her. Like all of these different artists that got a huge break because she included them on her story, and she had fun music taste, and she was always doing fun things with her friends. She was just young, and I think at that age, when I was also very close to her age at that time, I felt like I kind of saw a little bit of myself in her. But that is so far gone now. We don't have anything in common, Kylie. There's nothing that us, the regular public, has anything to do with you. We are not alike. She's going broke and trying to cash out in her most popular era, but it's not giving. And the response to this whole King Kylie drop, the anniversary collection to try and revive this OG nostalgic feeling, it was brutal. People did not see the comeback. It was honestly just kind of cringe to see Kylie pretending that everyone was still the same as they were back in the mid-2010s. She's out here trying to act all fun and quirky, trying to be that person that she once was, when more than half of her fans have already moved on. Like, we're already moved on a decade. And the products themselves, mediocre. Reviews called them lazy, cheap, uninspired. Even fans, people who like Kylie, felt like it was a cash grab.
Kylie Jenner trying to reheat her King Kylie nachos is never going to work. And the reason it's never going to work is because King Kylie, that era, it was rooted in stealing black culture. It was rooted in cosplaying as a light-skinned black woman. King Kylie,
like
that
Alabama,
era was just Kylie Jenner culturally appropriating black culture. And until Kylie fully commits to the bit, we will never see that happen again. Right now, Kylie Jenner, she's like in her Caucasian era, okay? She is back skinny. She has dissolved a lot of her lip fillers. She talks in her Valley Girl voice again. She doesn't use AAVE anymore or try to, use our lingo, use our slang. So until she fully decides she wants to be a light-skinned black woman again, I don't think we'll ever see another successful King Kylie era. Kylie Jenner holds on to that era so much because she was probably at like her peak popularity. I was there for the era, okay? I saw it in real time. And yes, it was iconic. The looks were eating, okay? Like, she was doing her shit. But now in 2025, looking back on that, it's like, damn, she was literally like that whole era. It was just her trying to be a black woman.
It's so crazy because at the time, it's not that I didn't see it. It's just I never put two and two together that somebody would ever use like race as a way to dress up the way that the Kardashians would. Use race as if it was a trend because it's like, oh, my husband's a rapper. My husband's this. So what does it give you the pass to just put that on and take it off whenever it suits you? It's like I never thought that anybody would do that. But looking back, I'm like, yeah, hello, like exactly.
Now in 2025, we see that, we acknowledge that, and like with apps like TikTok and like YouTube and shit like that, people are not going to let that slide anymore. If Kylie Jenner start tanning her skin heavily again and wearing lace fronts and got her lips all plumped up again
and BBL, don't forget to clock the BBL. Huge BBL era. Chloe, Kim, Kylie, all of them. Chris? I think even Chris was hitting a BBL there. Crazy.
Wearing the cornrows and dating the black men and taking black men from black women. If she did that now, what she did back then, it would never slide. And she knows that. But she wants that aesthetic. She wants that popularity from King Kylie. So she wants to like halfway put the blue wig on, but it's just a glueless wig. She's not really laying it down.
It's also because the emotion and the personality isn't there. Like, that was another reason why the whole King Kylie thing was a thing, was because she felt a little bit more authentic than the rest of the Kardashians. And I can say that because I'm an ex-Kylie fan. I used to love all of her posts. Again, back in high school, I would look forward to seeing her posts come out. I'd love to see her outfits. I always thought she was cool and trendy and her outfits were sick and she looked amazing. And then it's like, you're not that authentic, young, cool version of you're literally just a Lily Rose Depp wannabe.
I'm sorry, King Kylie's just not going to work. And before you crucify me, here's why. Kylie is almost 30 with 2 kids. King Kylie is when she was a teenager. She was deemed as one of the ugliest ones by society. She wasn't really fitting in like her sister who became the model. And all her family at the time were trying to produce big companies, organizations. So if you looked at her Snapchat, she was so rebellious. She did not care. She was out partying. She was changing her hairstyle, doing makeup that she liked. It wasn't what society deemed. And she was just breaking whatever she wanted to do. And that's why it was so iconic, because it was just, I don't give a F attitude. And yeah, it's cool she brought back teal extensions, but the puppy dog filter, it's not screaming King Kylie. Driving around in a Rolls Royce with King Kylie as the tag of your car, it doesn't scream King Kylie. And I don't know, this is like her third time trying to bring this back. And I get it, we age out of things that we used to do when we were younger. And as much as I love this era of her, it's okay to let it go. And mind you, I could be wrong, this could be an amazing turnaround. But X is not having it. And someone said the reason she can't reheat these nachos correctly is because King Kylie era was heavily associated with blackness and black culture. King Kylie was an alter ego, borderline, ghetto colored wigs, long nails, rappers, nightlife. She was fun. Being black is fun.
Like I've said before, what would be wrong with doing a half-decent Kylie Cosmetics rebrand? Because this is the thing. The reason the lip kits worked in the first place is because people liked who she was. I always thought that she had just a cool sense of style. When I would watch the Kardashians back when I was like 17 and I saw what she was doing and how her room was and the car she was driving, and even when she got her lips first done and I thought she looked gorgeous, I was like, there was just an effortlessness to how cool she was. Rebrand it and make it half-decent. Maybe people will actually be interested. No, I gotta do a Kai line, and then I gotta do a Sprinter, and then I gotta do a this. It's like we can tell you just want to make money. You people do realize that she's not trying to become 17 again and relive King Kylie days. She is trying to celebrate 10 years of Kylie Cosmetics. You guys act like she's about to do a whole 360 and become King Kylie from 2016. It's the song release. It's everything that is clearly trying to reinforce, like, I'm still her. Like, it's still me. This is exactly what it was. The entire launch, from the packaging of her Fourth Strike song, felt like an algorithmic reconstruction of what people used to love about her, without the soul that made her lovable in the first place. See, people didn't fall in love with Kylie for her products. Obviously not. They weren't any good. They loved her because of this aesthetic, the vibe of her old Snapchat era, the DIY energy, the relatable aspect of her being a young teen growing up, who was kind of imperfect, who suddenly became famous out of nowhere. Back then, she kind of represented a change in pop culture. Now she's selling that representation back to us in the form of a $48 lip kit. If you guys haven't watched my deep dive on Kylie Cosmetics right here, I actually tried her lip kits like a couple months ago, and oh my god. I don't say these things because I actually just, the product is bad. Take it from me, who owns like so much makeup. But it's funny because this time around, the audience just simply didn't fall for it. Because the truth is, Kylie's old relevance came from authenticity, or at least the illusion of it. Her current brand feels like a corporate ghost of her teenage self. And maybe that's the scariest part. She isn't selling makeup anymore. She is selling you a memory of when people actually cared. Because it all just makes me want to ask, where has the real authenticity gone? Now, Kim and Kylie might be the biggest examples of it, but the truth is they are not alone. Celebrity culture right now feels like an endless carousel of limited edition drops and nostalgia rebrands. Every single public figure right now is fighting to stay on your algorithm. We're watching musicians launch skincare lines, models drop canned cocktails, and YouTubers release sneakers, energy drinks, and crypto projects. Everyone is trying to monetize on something because relevance right now is running out faster than ever.
Kim Kardashian still makes $80 million a year even though most of her businesses have failed. And that's because she diversifies her assets. Kim has a beauty line, a fashion line, a private equity firm. If any of these businesses fail, she will not experience significant financial losses. And she ensures multiple income streams so she can continue building towards long-term wealth.
Even A-list actors, the ones that used to stay above influencer behavior, are literally in the trenches now. Brad Pitt has skincare. Scarlett Johansson has skincare. Harry Styles has nail polish. Those words don't mean anything anymore. So why is everybody doing it? Because fame simply just doesn't pay the way that it used to. Streaming killed record sales. Hollywood strikes delayed projects. Brand deals dry up when your engagement drops. The only stable revenue source is having something that you can sell off to your fans. Even all of these alcohol brands, Casamigos, The Rock, like everybody is selling you something. And since nobody can just disappear appear elegantly anymore. Everybody is just switching to commerce. Fame used to be the product, but now it's the commercial. This is exactly what I meant when I said the era of the cash grab. Everyone's pretending to be creative, but the reality is they are terrified of fading away. It simply makes you realize that not everybody can simply stay millionaires just completely based off of their likeness. You realize they have millions of dollars of bills that they need to pay every single month, and just being Brad Pitt is not enough. They have to sell out in order to pay and live up to the name that they still have. But there was a time where celebrity brands really did feel like an extension of their identity. Rihanna's Fenty Beauty redefined the industry. Hailey Bieber's Rhode actually reflects her personal aesthetic. But now everyone's launching something not because they should, but because they can. You can feel it in the energy. These projects don't feel inspired, they feel obligatory. Like it's like somebody at the management meeting said, oh, engagement's down 12%, time for a new drop. The Skims Bush campaign didn't simply happen because Kim woke up out of a nightmare one night and said, let's normalize natural bodies. It happened because somebody on our marketing team mentioned in a meeting that body hair positivity was trending on TikTok. We are literally watching people who have everything, money, power, access, still continuing to chase virality as if their lives depend on it. And in a way, it does. Because in today's fame economy, you're only as relevant as your last headline. The Bush, the lip kits, the collabs, the drop, they are all symptoms of the exact same disease: performative desperation. Maybe that's the real irony. The new luxury isn't designer bags or exclusive collabs, it's authenticity. Realness has become rare. Imperfection is the new flex, but you can't buy authenticity. You can only live it. And that is something that no amount of branding can possibly fake. The real reason the King Kylie era revival failed on her is not because people hate her. It's because they can feel that it's an act that doesn't feel real. The reason the Skims Bush campaign fell off wasn't because people think that body hair is disgusting. It's because it was staged rebellion and nothing about it felt real or authentic. These things don't feel empowering because they weren't actually made from truth. We can tell when somebody's simply selling us something that they don't believe in. That's why celebrity marketing feels so hollow now. When Fenty Beauty dropped, I was head over heels obsessed. I'm not kidding you. I was like living in a basement suite in Toronto. I had no extra money to spend, but I bought every single product because I believed it. I felt it. I felt the passion and love that she put into that brand. But I don't feel that very much anymore. And maybe, just maybe, the rebellion isn't buying less, but it's believing in less. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please throw out a big fat thumbs up and also comment down below. Are you guys feeling this entire sense that every single thing is a cash grab, whether it's clothing drops, limited editions, makeup collections? It all doesn't feel like anybody's heart is in it. It feels kind of like they're like, oh, George Clooney, you want to do an alcohol or you want to do a skincare? Alcohol? Cool. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you can go ahead and click here to find out why Kylie Cosmetics has absolutely gone down the drain. I tried a couple of her products in that video. I did like one of her lip liners, but for the most part, it is all going down the tubes. Nobody is buying that stuff anymore. And in fact, it's collecting dust at my local drugstore. Or you guys can go ahead and click here to learn all about the death of Kim Kardashian's brands. There's a lot of things that are going wrong in her brand specifically, and I definitely think I pinpoint exactly why in that video. You guys know I only make these videos because I love you and I truly want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon.